So this is my little TIG welder. It's a Unimig Razorback. It's only a 200, so it's not the biggest welder, but it certainly does everything I've ever asked it to do. It'll weld 6mm plate aluminium, and that's all I ever need. I don't need anything more. It's a cheap welder, and some things have broken on it already, but we just keep on going with it. One of the things that broke was a foot control. I used to weld only ever with a foot controller, and you can adjust the amperage via your foot control. Now I'm just getting used to not using the foot controller, and I have it as a hand controller. This hand control is the amperage control. You have an on-off button here, and then the amperage control. So we'll turn the machine on. It's set at 5 amps. We adjust the amperage with your finger. And that is while you're welding. You can adjust your amperage while you're welding. So if you need it hotter or colder, and that is not giving you a direct number, oh, you need to weld with 100 amps. That's how I get my nice welds. That's not how it works. It's what you're watching through your helmet that determines how much amperage you need, and it's adjusting as you go. Sure, when you're doing a long weld, you get it set so that it welds nicely and you leave it set at that, but I have no idea what that number is when I'm welding. I get it right, I set it right, and I use it, and I'm just welding. So I can't tell you what amperage that is, but if you go slower or faster, that also then changes your amperage. So all of these things are a little bit determined on how you weld or who's welding. Okay, let's turn this off. Or actually, we'll go through some settings. When you first turn it on, you have a button to turn it on, and it has 4 stages. The first stage is just your pilot weld, let's call it, and that is a lower amped weld. Then when you take your finger off, it goes up to your welding amperage, and then once it's up to your welding amperage, you can still adjust that via your finger, and you do your welding. And then when you come to the end of your weld and it's time to, albeit the job gets too hot, it's time to close your weld down, you press the button and it drops down to a closing amp, and then you take your finger off and it stops. So it's like 4 stages throughout the button. On, off, and that's the completion of the weld. You can also set it up so that it's just on and it's just off, but then you don't get the ramp up and the ramp down, or progressive heating up and progressive cooling down of your weld while that happens. Back in the old days, we didn't have that. On that machine that I have over there, it doesn't have that. It was just on or off. But now with these newer machines, we get a ramp up and a ramp down at each end of our weld, even on the cheap ones. This whole setup was $1,000, and that was probably 3 years ago, 4 years ago, that this was a new welder. Alright, so you can adjust the parameters on how much it ramps up and how much it ramps down. You can do all of that. Also, with this, we have the tungsten. Here's another important part. We have the tungsten, and we have the gas shroud over the top of it, and where we put our tungsten in or out determines the shape of the weld that you have. So if you have the tungsten out further, you get a lot smaller weld, and it's a more direct weld. You have your tungsten back in, it spreads the arc a bit more and gives you a flatter weld or a bigger weld. Alright, so there's just a couple of little tips on that one. Of course, turning it up and turning it down will do the same thing for you, but essentially that's what that's going to do. So just to give you a rundown, we have an earth as well, which you clamp onto the job. the AC welders work on a high frequency start, which means when you press the button, it has a high frequency like the spark plug in your car. If you touch it, you get that little buzz out of it. The high frequency start is just the initial jumper to start your to start the actual arc across. And then once that's going, then you can start feeding in your rod. So that's AC welding, and AC, you need an AC welder for aluminium. You can't use a DC welder for aluminium. DC welding is for steel or stainless steel. Some welders, the older welders, are called scratch starts, where you actually have to touch the job before it starts. Whereas with an AC version of this, you have that little initial start spark, which helps get the arc going. All right, enough on the welder now. That's what I give you today for that one. We'll go back over to the tank and we'll talk a little bit more about fit up.